If I get this private chat open, get our stuff going.
You're already live.
I'm already live. Look at that. We're
You're
already live.
We're
Look at
already
that.
live.
If it
Oh,
wasn't for
yeah.
Loki,
we're
what would
live.
we be doing around this joint? What would we be doing? We would be laughing at social media writ large. So, folks, we're live. Some Schadenfreude going on as we watch another episode of Halo for you or with you. I'm thinking it's probably for you if you're wise with your time. With me, IRONCASTER. Thank you, my friend. Suffering
Hello,
alongside
hello.
of me week after week. It's been good. And,
Well, sometimes you have to kind of you have to bite the bullet every once in a while and come in to, suffer a little bit. But you know what they say: misery loves company.
well, we are miserable, but we are company. So it's been good. It's been good. And my brother from another mother as well. I know you hold that title strictly for Dave Bob, but I'm like, I feel like I'm in a different world now. And he's setting me up with stuff and clips and help all the time. And he watches Star Trek material for me, so I don't have to. He's one of like 3 or 4 people I've kind of caught pieces of things, so I never have to watch it. But he's personally to blame for the 6 seconds that I did see, which made me laugh out loud. Stone Loki, my friend, how are you?
I'm doing good. Doing better than last week. Rumors of my exile from YouTube were greatly exaggerated.
Well,
no, I missed last week. I felt so bad. I missed last week. And we're back. I'm back. And you guys carried the torch last week. And
yeah.
Powered through it. And God help you this week. And all the screaming and reeing we get to deal with this week
so
is
good.
just.
So we'll have to save it. Should we save it or we give them a little tease? A little tease.
It's up to you.
Folks, if you haven't watched it, let's give you a little tease of what you've been missing. So timely. It's so perfectly applicable to the world right now. That was so good. So thank you, my friend, for delivering that for me. I appreciate that very much. Made my day so far. So
sometimes things just line up just right to
where
everything just kind of has a poetic sense of humor to the world.
And I've told everybody, look, today can be a good day. Let's just let today be a good day. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? But you're seeing people that were banned who are back. They're popping in already. Let's just enjoy it. Let's take a feather in our cap. We'll call it a win, a move forward, some bright lights for certain folks in the social media realm. And then we will talk about Halo and we'll throw some water on that fire briefly. I don't really know that I really want to give you. First off, I thought of all the recaps. This was a crappy recap, by the way. These people have done like this recaps that were so thorough and you just didn't need to watch the previous shows. Like they literally gave you so much information. They have no desire to let people actually watch multiple shows. This one didn't really do that much. Basically, it's called Halo in name. This is from our last episode where they go back to the not Tatooine sand planet because everything happens around sand planets in modern science fiction, evidently, where we follow a little rebel character we've nicknamed here on the right, Miss Mullet, and she has been rescued by not Dave Chappelle. Now, Dave Chappelle's been left. She's been left in his care by John, who you would think is Master Chief, but he is not Master Chief. He has not been Master Chief more than about 3 minutes of screen time in episode 1 in name only. They call him that.
He's closer to the Iron Chef.
The Iron Chef. Well, in this episode, he transforms. We completely shed away all of the Halo remnants, and he basically has an Iron Man moment. That's pretty much the extent of this episode for the John story arc. Basically, there was some action and a couple fight scenes with not Dave Chappelle, who we're starting to like. Then we flash back to Squid Monster.
Spaghetti night at the UNC.
I had somehow completely forgot this even happened last week.
Because this character, Hot Pocket, who has shed away her seaweed skin, is the human that lives amongst the racist prophets that don't want any part with humans. Had this moment where she, played the victim to get with the humans to attack it with her spaghetti creature. It's episode 2, I think. It's been a minute. And she hasn't even been in I think she's only been in maybe 3 of the episodes, counting this one. So their writers are just such crap. It is just such crap, and there's a lot of reasons why. But yeah, this is a hot pocket interrogating. Give me information, whatever, and no one really cares. No one's I don't know. All right. So meanwhile, John has led this mission from they find an artifact that glows and puts off an EMP. And then he decides to try to figure out what it means. And he flies back and forth an entire episode through an asteroid field, which is literally the only action that happens in episode 2 is just flying through an asteroid field. Then discovers more about when he touches it. He sees memories from his childhood, which he's learned over this season. And last episode, he thinks he's figured out where to go. So they go to this different planet, which, while it's not a sand planet, they spend most of their time in areas where there is just sand, which I found that even more frustrating with modern sci-fi tropes. And we're going to stick the little artifact with the big artifact, which is presumed to be a weapon for no reason. He's done nothing to deduce anything other than just flashbacks of memories, including to the point where we had to have about 10 minutes of screen time or so where we find the buried treasure, which is basically a little box full of his drawings, which were completely irrelevant to the entire story of him finding anything.
It was just one MacGuffin to go find another MacGuffin.
Correct. We ended up, wasn't it like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon? It was 7 degrees of MacGuffin in the last episode. So we opened this episode with a flashback of child labor run by not Michelle Obama right here. She's going to talk to the children. She calls a couple of them by name, even though there's like 6 kids sitting there. Like, we only have 2 names. We didn't want to call them white kid 1, 2, and 3. So they gave 2 of them names. And she's speaking to someone who we get to see in a minute. Let's see if it will let us fast forward. Here we go. Doctor. So Doctor is loosely based on the video game, correct, Loki? There is a Halsey in the game.
There is a scene like this that happens, but again, it's not like this. It's kind of like they half-assed it and did their own shit. So it's really weird that we're like, we don't want anything to do with the story of the game, but we're going to throw this in there because it's kind of half-assed what happened.
Or we jingle some keys, right? We're just going to, shake some keys at you, make you think about how much you love the game and Halo. And this show has the name, so it might be remotely like that. So, you never know, folks. It could be. It could be. Or it's not at all.
I was really curious with this scene here where they're showing the young John. And it's like they have this high wire act that's like, I don't know, 10, 15 feet off the air that you'd be wondering, like, who put this in for the kids? Is this supposed to be up there? It seems like it was poorly thought out without any idea behind it.
They removed the King of the Hill scene and they added that. I don't get that, because there's a scene of him basically beating the shit out of all the other kids, John, kicking the crap out of them, and they're playing like King of the Hill, and he's fighting for the King of the Hill, and he's just whooping on them like they're nothing. And Halsey sees that and is like, he's gonna be her top dog. He's gonna be the best of them. She knows that then.
So. I think the intention was that they didn't want to go with the King of the Hill to come off as being particularly violent. That they wanted to make it so that John is depicted as being someone who saves the day. He's gonna pull the kid from danger.
Right, it's a hero. Trying for the Captain America trope that was done well, like the kid that will jump on the grenade, and here it's like, he's gonna be heroic.
But that kills his. And that kills his journey, though, because part of his journey in learning to become who he is was, it's not all about me. It's about the team.
Right.
He has to learn that. He gets the crap kicked out of him by his own squad because he's like, no, I want to win. It's all about me winning. And they bring him back down to size, and he has to learn. It's not just about me. It's about my team. It doesn't matter if I get over the goal. If they get left behind or they don't get over the goal, then I'm a loser anyway. So they have killed a character's growth in a story. They have killed a story arc of growth for, oh, well, he was always that way. He was always a hero ever since he was a kid.
Oh, you're right. That does take away.
Yeah, it does. There's no growth. Well, again, he's already a hero. He's already a hero. See, since he was a child, he's a hero. So
He
that's
was born the bestest ever.
Yep, he's Mulan.
They didn't have to do
Basically,
surgery.
it's Mulan. It's what the Mulan story is, right? They did a live action Mulan, and the Mulan story, she's just born special. There's no journey, there's no sacrifice, there's no effort. And then they cut to, the least charismatic fake marriage couple ever with Doctor and Black Keys, who are allegedly married in the show, even though this isn't a thing. And they're there, and for let's see, did we get the next shot? Oh, it was weird how they flashed back and forth on that shot. Because now we're going to be in our time where we're on Sand Planet doing our excavations and stuff, and he's there being military guy. And then there's this. Golly, this is irritating. Do we have a nickname for her? I don't think we gave her a nickname, did we? She's nondescript, bad hair, weird hair girl, POC girl. I don't think we gave her a nickname.
Oh, Halsey's daughter? I thought you were talking about Kai.
No, Kai, we love her.
Bitch. That's a huge
we like her.
Bitch.
We love her with her red hair, and yeah, she's the REEEE Spartan. We love her. She's hysterical. We just have a laugh at her. Strawberry Spartan.
Strawberry Spartan.
That sounds good. I like that.
So
they're gonna go chitty chat, talkie. Go ahead.
Auburn Sunrise. It's Auburn Sunrise. Damn, baby, what'd you do to your hair? It's Auburn Sunrise.
I know, it's awful.
Those are strawberry streaks, baby. They literally will talk about her hair at least once more in the most cringiest scene to date. No.
So one of the things I have been getting sick of, it's the added extra like oomph sound they add for whenever the Spartans walk. Like they could be walking in the desert and they have to like put that sound effect in.
Yes. And it's so over the top RoboCop footsteps, no matter what they're standing on, walking through. It's just so ridiculous. Yeah. So yeah, girl, we got to talk about that. And I love you. We don't do anything. There's none of that. I added all that for my own edification. Then we cut to Camo Speed Buggy. They're going to ride out to the site, and it's, dad talking to his girl because, right? So is she Auburn? No, wait. Is she Auburn Sunrise? Is that what's
Auburn? Yeah, Auburn Sunrise. Yeah.
And Black Keys. They're going
to call him Sunrise. Shit.
They're going to the dig. So we have some Indiana Jones moment. And then we end up in the hole that's in the hole. It's down the stairs and in the hole. It's no freaking sense. However, here's where they are. And I know you're thinking, folks, this is Halo, right? And this is going to be your shot of Master Chief. But see, he's not Master Chief. He's John in a metal suit. He is not Master Chief. And what he does in this scene is very, very important and very powerful. I want to make sure you pay attention. You catch this scene. He stands there. Wait for it. He stands there. No. Wait a minute. Wait. Yeah, he just stands there. Oh, wait. Karen Tana comes so she can talk to him.
Although this was, I think I would say this scene is in the competition for the best scene of the episode.
Oh yeah.
Just because Master Chief tells Cortana to shut up.
Is that this one? Okay.
Which she would never do because she would never be this annoying. Maybe not Cortana from Halo Infinite would be this annoying, but not the original OG Cortana.
It's like a lot of running tests. John, don't touch it. John, stay away from it. Don't do anything. Lecture from the lady, doctor. And he just looks at her. He doesn't actually say anything. So I don't think this was the go F off, go pound sand line. I think that's a little bit later.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's later.
And then we get our necessary intro.
Yeah, it's an intro, not credits, folks. There's no reason to have credits in a show like this because there's nothing actually there. So then we get to the star of the show. We're back to Miss Mullet. She's on the Sand Planet because the speeder bike that not Dave Chappelle stole is broken down. And as any young teenager knows, right? She's the one that's got all. He's trying his best to fix this ride, So, she's got to put in some help here. She's got to do her thing, right? I would think, she's got to do something. She's going to jump right in. And, she just starts lecturing him. You owe me whatever. So he just locks her up, handcuffs her right to the bike like a man. That's the best part of the whole freaking season so far, folks. I laughed myself so silly. I think I actually rewound it and watched it. And I think I can do that. Let's get it. Because she just keeps whining. I'm gonna free Madrigal. I'm gonna do this. She's like, oh, by the way, I don't know if Loki, you've been with this one. I think you weren't with us the one time I kept bringing this up. Her accent changes every single episode. One time it's British, one time it's hardcore Chinese, like Chinatown. Sometimes it's just kind of like a soft English with a little bit of just ambiguous accent. And I was not dogging on her in the beginning. I had to look it up. She's 24 years old playing this kid. So screw her. She stinks. I'm sorry. I don't care what the directors say. Be like, listen, I didn't have an accent last episode. I'm not going to have one this time.
Does it, when you bring up her bio, does it say actually where she's from? Is she from Hong Kong?
No, I think she has Asian parents, but I think she's Australian or something.
Okay. Yeah, she's trying to go for an accent and probably going for a more like Hong Kong accent where you can catch some British and some Chinese, but no. It's not swapping back and forth between the two.
Well, the Dig Outlaws joined us. Hey, my friend. I don't want you to miss out on the glorious parts of Halo. If you are not watching Halo, we are giving you the best scenes tonight. This is it. The whole show is summed up in this. I'm telling you right now. Miss Mullet has now been handcuffed to this bike, and she is not happy about it. And because she knows everything, he just kind of walks away. I love this scene. Look at her. She's just crushed. Then not Dave Chappelle would just leave her because your freedom fighter days are over. He's basically like, I'm going to sell your behind. And he just leaves her in the freaking sand, man. It's the best.
You better start walking. You better start walking.
What am I supposed to do here? Watch out for baby crawlies.
She was trying to hotwire the spaceship in episode 3. Try to fix that.
Well, she has a lot of experience with machinery because if you remember in episode 1, when he was asking for help on the ship, she just grabbed the rifle and just started blasting it. Because that was her solution to shut down the AI. Remember, she just grabbed the rifle and just started blasting the side of the ship. That was her solution to fixing the AI or shutting down the AI. That's what you do on a spacecraft. She's mad. She's mad. She's mad. She knocked her water away. He left her some water. So now she's really in trouble on the desert.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I'm gonna shake. I'm gonna. Okay, wait for it, folks. Wait for it. Meanwhile, we're going to make a lot of stupid decisions dealing with Doctor, Creeper, and Sunrise as we will all debate what to do with the giant rock that glows when John touches it, sets off an EMP, or makes shrilly sounds, all of which happens randomly. And then they're all lining up like they're supposed to get their instructions. And the other Spartans, which here's nondescript POC Spartan talking to Strawberry Spartan about their jobs, and they're going to rejoin Master Chief. And then she says, well, nope, I got ahead of myself just a tad. I got to give her her lines because it's very important. We just give her Strawberry. Do you ever wonder why you never wonder why? Oh, that's right, because she asks what we do or whatever. I love it. I love the dialogue. Oh, that's right. Okay. Do you ever wonder why the elites want to kill us? We want to kill them. He goes, to kill us like we want to kill them. That's Mr. T. That's all I got. I don't want to tell you, folks. I didn't plan for this. Well, do you ever wonder why? Strawberry Spartan says back, no. And then, of course, there's nonsense in the background. And then overlapping chatter. The Strawberry Spartan, because if you missed it, folks, she was liberated. She saw Master Chief pull out his butt plug, the little tracker thing that's in his back, so he can feel. And she, the episode after that, they showed her butt because she had to pull out her butt plug so she could feel as well. And now that she feels, she's enlightened. And I don't know about you guys. I'm the religious one. I'm telling you, there's some Adam and Eve metaphors going on in this episode. I'm like, well, you pulled out you're so arrogant and full of yourself. It's so freaking frustrating. So there's all this nonsense, and then she's basically getting lectured, and then we gotta let the man speak for himself.
I wonder if all that gun grease in there.
Not loud enough. I love it.
All the hair
I
dye
love-
getting into her brain was like the best part.
Come on now.
I wonder if all that gun grease in your hair didn't seep down into your brain.
It's the best.
Take my hand, boss.
It's so ridiculous. He's like little Michael Clark Duncan. He's like
Yep.
mini Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
He's like that gun grease getting your hair, girl. It's messed up your brain, Strawberry.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So they send up a drone, and they cut to the drone every now and again for no apparent reasons. And by the way, 500 years in the future, just so you guys know, the aerial photos look like MASH. Really, you can't really tell from the skies. It's like MASH. It's really high tech 500 years from now. But I will say this: if you are in charge of making tents, your business is secure. There's still tents 500 years from now. So,
Yes.
all right. Adega points out those are not Spartans. Them be soy farmers. So yes, yeah, we know they're not Spartans. We kind of stick with some of the nicknames. Chris Bergia. What do you call him, Loki? The wrench of all wrenches?
The wrench of wrenches. Yep.
The wrench of wrenches. All I can say is I salute you, brave men, for your suffering. Listen, man, we got to fall on the sword. We got to do our part. The problem is going to be when this starts to peter out here. We only have a few more weeks, and it is some serious Schadenfreude now. Like it literally is such a great metaphor for how bad entertainment has gotten.
I have found though, as a side effect of going through this, that when I do go to watch something good, I find it is like that much better.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you have to
Yes.
you have to get out. You have to kind of see some dull grays just to be able to enjoy the bright, vibrant colors even that much more.
Amen, Ironcaster. We're going to stand on that. That's how we're going to preach, man. We have suffered for you. We've seen how bad it is for you. And it makes everything else that's good even more powerful, and you appreciate it even more. And Chris Persia does point out something we have not discussed is the fact that the series developed the first ever double-ended butt plug. And I will admit, it was double-sided, and I don't think we pointed that out at either time it was removed from its said Spartan.
The only downside is it's going into the audience. So
Yes. Chris Burgess. Yeah, no, some shout outs. And Christian Phantom in the house saying hey to Clark Kent. That would be me. Long stories and inside jokes of Superman abound. Is it a bird? No, it is I. It is Pops. I'm in the city today, buddy. So birds, planes, and otherwise. So let's see what we end up with as we return to MASH. I mean, I know I'm being a little facetious at times, guys, but am I overstating how generic everything is in this TV show? At least with some science fiction shows, they at least try to illustrate some elements that might be super science fiction-y in the future or something. Even the generic Book of Boba Fett at least tried in some of the stuff people were carrying around. They don't even have fancy guns.
Nope.
at least with the Book of Boba Fett, you could like get hints of the universe in the background. Like you could see them walking around Tatooine, like, oh yeah, this is obviously, a city on the desert planet of Tatooine in the Star Wars universe.
Right. They went to the
Where,
props
you know,
department. They found some stuff that wasn't really used in Force Awakens and threw it on some extras and said, walk around in the back. Here we added some glow sticks to this gun so it'll glow in the dark when you're carrying it around, or carry around this pot that we painted fluorescent yellow or something. These things in this show, you guys are talking about the colors. There is no colors in the show. It is so palette bland. It's just frustrating. Military nonsense, chatty chat, and then the craziest weird scene. Okay, if you had even a hope that this was Halo or Master Chief, obviously they took off their helmets, and he said, take off your helmet. He wished he had called her Strawberry Spartan, because I would have laughed. He begins to lecture her because she took out her butt plug. She's not qualified to fight because she can feel. And then she even calls him out on the fact that he'd removed his butt plug first, and he's not qualified. He doesn't even acknowledge her. He doesn't even answer her questions or statements or anything.
When did you remove your pellet?
Because his nostrils are bigger than
After I
hers.
saw you remove yours.
Yes, you did it. So I did it. And you're benching me? I love Strawberry Spartan. She's my favorite character. Her and not Dave Chappelle are in kind of like a race that goes back and forth like this. Those are my two favorites. I almost like want their action figures so I can kind of like point out just how bad things are. So I'll wait for them to be like $3 at an Ollie's because they'll like, all this. If there is any Halo merch that's tied to this show, folks, please just wait. It will end up at Ollie's. It will end up at your Big Lots or a place where you can get it for like to the point where you can set it on fire for a video and have some more entertainment because it's
I'm waiting
that
for
bad.
I'm waiting for Ollie's to get rid of it and send it over to the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, and I wish this whole Dollar Tree Family Dollar stuff could get resolved so I know what's actually going to land there because I live so remotely. There's one of them. They've already started doing the hybrid things. They don't want to have two locations. So they just put a Dollar Tree sign up on the side of the building. So now they're both in there. When you walk in, they have like 4 rows of Dollar Tree and everything else is still Family Dollar. So once they sort out, because it's all by the same company. So once they sort all that out, I can give you a heads up of what's going to be there. But they're not always as cheap as Ollie's. I got to be honest. Ollie's is still impressing me. We go there quite a bit. And my wife's always like, are you staying here? I said, no, we're at Ollie's. I got to go look and see what's there for cheap. Super cheap.
Oh, yeah. Lots of unsold Marvel comics.
Lots and lots of Marvel comics and graphic novels. If you need some stuff cheap and you could find it at Ollie's, it is a gold mine of just cheap stuff. You can barrel through to read. You can, give it to your kid when you're done, whatever. So, let's see. Wait a minute. Good point, Chris. Paramount actually used gender speech in their subtitles. This is not progressive blue-haired incoming. Okay, hold on. Let's see what we got here. Did we have that?
Oh, we've got a Ree.
Well, we have Reese coming. So look at that face.
Oh, that is a thumbnail.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Loki, please give me a screenshot of that for me.
Okay.
Please, when you get
All
a chance.
right. Oh, my God.
Gold. This is the best episode.
Oh, my
Look,
God.
if you can accept this isn't Halo anymore and you've let that go, because we're now 5 episodes in, that ship has long sailed, right? So it's just generic sci-fi show.
I'm not gonna lie,
there were so much SJW stuff to make you laugh and have some fun with. This is the best. Go ahead.
There were about two or three moments in this episode out of the whole series that gave me that face. Just
I've already done the thumbnail for this video, so I may have to just do a clip so we can just revisit Strawberry Spartan just to have this as part of it.
I've got a screenshot of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a cutout later today.
You need to do one too, because that's gold, and I'm not sure anyone else is going to have that one yet. We just got lucky on that shot. There's a ton of these in this episode, guys.
That's because we're about the only people watching it.
It's true. We're falling on the sword, and I agree with your assessment, though. So again, she's mad because he can go fight and she can't, and she's mad about it.
He's like, you're grounded because you're a woman. You're emotional.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back on Sand Planet, that's where evidently, and I got to be honest, the transition was so badly done. I didn't even know where they were. I actually thought maybe she was already en route to where they are, because all we do is bounce from Sand Planet to Sand Planet. She's actually back on the original Sand Planet, which, by the way,
Madrigal. She's on Madrigal. Yeah.
I don't even want to call them anything. Is there actually a Madrigal in the game?
That's where no.
Oh.
It's Sand Planet 1 and Sand Planet 2.
I only try to pay a little bit of respect to things that actually are Halo in the show, and there's literally like 2% of things that are Halo in this show.
No, that's where Hong Kong Fooey's from.
Hong Kong Fooey? You mean Miss Mullet?
Yeah,
and all of her friends.
Mullet.
Yeah, and it's being run by an evil white Nazi-esque dictator, but we don't show him in this episode. We just have Hot Pocket talking to token elite soldier, because for some reason we keep Hot Pocket alive. So anyway, he just basically tells her what she already knows, and then she lectures him, and then we basically cut to possibly the best scene of the whole show. And I just let you know, I want you to have a little dose. Let me check chat, make sure you guys are ready for this. Ryan's here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. And
Lovely Sherry showed up.
Lovely Sherry.
Hey, girl. What's going on? You
showed up
have
just
showed
in
up at the
time.
right time, folks. You have not missed the best scene of all of Halo. so far. Wait. We've got to get just a little bit further, I think. Yes. This is so good. I just want them to know, Loki. I want them to know we didn't have to do anything special. They gave this to us. It's
yeah,
a
they
gift.
gave it.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
I'm going to turn it into a skull.
It's the best. This is the one I want. This is the skull that I want. So, just so you know, folks, just so you know, this is the clip that will keep on living. Go with that and just say Twitter update. Twitter update. And just have that on there. I'm sorry to interrupt the show right now. Let's check Twitter and just check in real quick. Is she still just banging away? Yep, that sounds about Twitter. Yep, sounds about right.
My favorite part of that, the rock just breaking apart in her hands.
I know. It's just so dumb.
Well, when you slow it down, because I did slow it down, there's a end of that clip where it's all like the sound of the rock hitting the bike happens before the rock hits the bike.
Oh, yeah. I'm not shocked at all. Yeah.
So all that's added. Whatever sound she was making, whatever was
ADR.
happening, it was all added in later.
Yeah. This is when we were going back. We were dissecting, I think, episode 1. We're talking about a couple of the fight scenes. They're not even close. They CGI this stuff and they didn't even do it right. It's so bad. It's Last Jedi bad. It really is. This just keeps going, by the way, for those of you who are wondering. Yeah, it just keeps going. It's the clip that keeps on giving. Before we cut
Can
back,
we get an entire season of that?
well, that's why we have the clip. So we
Oh,
have the
yeah,
clip.
you're
We have to keep the clip because this is the best part. This is the episode to keep. This is the episode 5. It's the one to go back to. It's like, oh, I'm feeling a little low. Something I like's gone. Oh, I know what. I need to go completely to the bottom to the gray brown world of Halo, and then I can find the REEEE girl, Miss Mullet, and you just get to laugh. You just come right back to this moment. It's the best. How bad and low can they go? So we got to cut back over to Black Keys because John thinks that he can trust him because that's just how this show is. It's just John. There's no Master Chief. Just spoiler alert. It's not good. He's going to talk because everything that he figured out in the last episode that he can't trust Doctor, he's now telling Black Keys. So question for you guys, have they ever set up in this episode, or this show, the entire show, Doctor and Black Keys being married to make Sunrise? Because no one acts, there's no chemistry, he acts like he has no idea that they have a daughter together. It's all manufactured for the show, I know, but it's so badly written, I can't even keep track of what was happening.
Are they actually married though, or was it just they were going undercover and like just?
Well, they made a kid, right?
They had a baby.
Oh,
in the show, Sunrise is their kid.
Yeah, Sunrise is their baby. That's
Yeah,
why
because-
she has. That's why she has blonde hair in her weave.
Yeah, she has blonde hair. That's in the
Because she has the Halsey blonde hair in with her black hair. That's why it's like that auburn. That's why I made the comment Auburn Sunrise, because she's got blonde hair woven into her black hair.
see, I didn't
That's
realize
not how
that
hair works, but
I didn't realize that was her daughter.
Oh, yeah, and it comes up in the episode earlier when they're in the camo speed buggy where they're talking about proving herself and what she knows about the artifact, whatever. And then he goes, "And your mother," meaning Doctor. Yeah, again, folks, if this even really seems confusing, it's so badly written that even when we're trying to watch it, it is hard to pick up on some of this stuff. I've actually had to watch a couple of them twice to finally even understand what the heck they were talking about. So he's not trustworthy, by the way. So he goes right to Doctor and says the whole thing and spills everything about John. John can't be trusted. So they talk to authoritarian POC through Skype.
This is our ripoff from the Expanse.
Yep, this is our Expanse character. That she's in charge, and she's basically pitted everybody against everybody. She's such a horrible representation of her gender and her I don't understand the diversity in this universe, but whatever. So yeah, she's got Doctor against Sunrise with Black Keys in the middle, playing everybody against everybody in this show.
Paramount's copied all these women off of other shows. Like she's from The Expanse. Miranda is off of Miranda Keys is off of Star Trek. Kwan is what's her name off of Picard. Hoji or whatever the hell her name is. They're all copied women off of other television shows.
What about Strawberry Spartan? Please tell me she's original.
I haven't figured out who she's yet, but I will.
Oh, come on.
And of
I think
course,
she should
Dr.
be
Doctor
original.
is just Jodie Whittaker.
Oh yeah, she's Space Karen. Absolutely. Let's see. Then we cut to Hot Pocket with Creature, and they're gonna figure out that this is the weirdness of this show where they just do this connection. I can see where it is. And I think, Loki, you talk about, you think they're just setting up that this will be the sister? Because in the game, is there a sister? Or is this just like you're theorizing how bad the show is?
I'm just theorizing how bad this show is.
Wait, you mean to tell me Paramount would just suddenly introduce a sister to a character that we've known for decades?
Ha, ha,
Well, I mean,
ha,
not every show.
ha.
Not every show.
She certainly looks more like a plank of wood than the other one does.
Okay. Chris says, hey, I just realized something. Kwan is Paramount's gender-swapped, de-aged Boba Fett. If only she could find her version of Fennec.
I think her Fennec is still screaming out in the desert.
Maybe. And then Ryan thinks that she's Asian Ray. Yeah, okay. I think she's worse than that, but okay. And Daryl's popping in. Hey, buddy.
Greetings, program.
Hello.
I will be on with Daryl and VacTube after this. So feel free to pop in there and see how crazy my life goes and walking into there. As Arwen has called it, the VacTube is truth serum with booze. So there's that. We just introduced a character that's related to the main character for no apparent reason, and then basically the attack happened. Oh no, he takes his helmet off first. The crazy device that no one seems to understand, and a bunch of people make terrible decisions. It just starts going crazy, and John is trying to touch it. They're trying to analyze it. No one knows anything because no one has bothered to do anything smartly or safely or get it out of its place properly. I mean, I guess the presumption of the episode is that they have not been able to. I kind of, at first, it irritated me that they didn't do any of this sooner, but then I realized that I think that's what the whole point of the show is, that they've kind of badly tried to explain. They're trying to excavate it. They're trying to get it out with the crane and all this other nonsense. And then this is just dad versus daughter bickering because that's technically supposed to be the dad.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot here that is kind of going on that, you know, it seems like they should really be kind of building up on that. That this would have been a perfect moment for the father to step in and say, "No, I didn't do what I did because I'm favoring Doctor. No, it's because I want to protect you."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that is like the perfect moment to have that, a good father moment like that, and they don't. They just take it away, and they really seem to kind of emphasize and make me wonder, like, who thought it would be a good idea to have a
look at that face.
Look at that constipated face. This show's got great faces.
Daddy, I've been trying to tear the one out all week, and I just can't.
And this is why, in IRONCASTER, this is why I think you were confused, right? Because she never calls her mom. There's only a few references. She's just I get Halsey's games.
No one does it better. What are you doing?
I am on your side. Always, you know that.
How does she know that? We have no evidence of that from the show that we've actually seen. None whatsoever. That's all. It's just that badly written. So there's more chatty chat, talk nonsense. Return to MASH. And then there's, again, John just walks
Creeper.
around.
Hold on. Have we gotten past the point where Creeper's like literally getting off on the artifact? I mean, he's like spooging over. He's like, oh God, it's mine.
Yeah. So for those of you that haven't kept up with Creeper pops up whenever they try to rip out Karantana, the clone the clone that Carantana came from and inject it into John, and he basically like all but almost licked her because she's a knockoff of Dr. Doctor. Then he has this creepy existence where he just continues to hover around everywhere the artifact goes. And there's this weird scene where they're moving it, and he's like, "No, that's mine. That's mine. You can't leave that with that. That's mine." And it's like, no one cares, dude. No one cares whatsoever.
I mean, the other thing that really bothered me was when they're getting ready to do the big laser,
Yes.
that he's inches away from the space rock as they're about to shoot a laser at it. Like he's like licking this thing practically, and they're firing green lasers at it.
And again, we're in an area where, we have our Marines, but John just walks around. He's just John. And then we're just going to do the unthinkable. We're going to touch the thing because that's going to go well. Every other time he's done it, it's gone well, right? No, because he has to have his memories. He has to have his feel. He needs a feel.
It's time to affirm John has feelings.
He's got feelings. Look at that thing. It lit up like a Christmas tree this time. Like it's totally like mega light up.
Dun 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 dun.
Sounds like another clip. Flashbacks. Little John. Nonsense. He can't handle it. Doctor. And basically John's like, "You replaced me with something. Like you basically stole me," which is basically what the entire episode was in the beginning when they talked about her showing up to see all the children in a little labor camp. They basically snuck in and stole John.
And replaced him with a clone. A clone that would die within the first year of being activated.
Yes.
From some rare disease, some weird disease, and they wouldn't be able to tell it was a clone.
Monsters. They're just monsters.
Yeah, but everyone in these shows are monsters.
Well, Halsey really did that. Halsey eventually will be put on trial for the shit she did by ONI, which is the Operation of Naval Intelligence. Eventually, Halsey's going to get put on trial for making the Spartans because of the shit she did. Because she did do some really underhanded, screwed up shit.
Kidnapping kids and doing experimentation on other humans.
Is that story expanded upon within the games themselves or in one of the side novels?
When you play Reach, it is pretty much established because that's what George, the big guy with the chain gun, the big Spartan with the chain gun, calls her mom. They all grew up on Reach. It's explained in George's bio in the Halo Reach book that comes along with Special Edition. What each of their relationships were, each member of the team in Halo Reach, what their relationship were with Halsey. That's why George calls her mom, is because she was like their mom for a long time.
Chris couldn't resist what we were all thinking, right? So they're doing something original and portraying Capto Keys as a bad dad. All right. Yeah. So of course we have to have bad dad tropes.
Really, it's more so that he's a military father. He's not able to. It's like they wrote him as a one-dimensional character who's only able to be in military mode.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I imagine he wants that blonde piece of patch back too. He's like,
he's doing all right there. But they don't have any chemistry together. We don't have anyway. So John's really mad because he's figured out that he's been kidnapped and replaced and all that backstory. He's been lied to. So he decides that he's going to charge Dr. Doctor, who calls out Carantana. And this is what happens.
I sat up in my chair, like screaming, "Yes!"
They shut him off, folks. They shut him down.
Chief would never, ever, ever do that for any reason. If he connected with that, he would pop her like a balloon. There would be nothing of her left. In that suit, that man weighs about 1,200 pounds. Imagine 1,200 pounds launching off of the ground at you. She would have been ripped in half if he'd actually connected.
Everywhere to just kill her. So it's like, I don't know.
He would have never, ever done that. They're so not.
Right. It doesn't fit the character that they're allegedly trying to portray.
No, that's white man rage.
Yes,
is what that is. That's acting out. That was Chief's tantrum. And we're expected to believe Chief has tantrums now.
I will say the only reason I can justify they did this scene was just so they could show that he has a kill switch. So that's I think they're trying to set that up for maybe later or another episode or
Well,
something.
I mean,
so
this is them trying to pay off the fact that they introduced that earlier in the I want to say 2-3 episodes ago, where when they gave him when they gave him Cortana, and they were saying like it's going to control him.
Okay. Yeah. All right, we got to cut away. So we go back to the sand planet. Not Dave Chappelle has shown up. Miss
He's
Mullet's
got a buggy
missing.
now.
What's that?
Oh, he just shows up with a buggy, probably the same
Yeah.
way he got the dirt bike in the first place.
Yeah, he went and got a camo speed buggy. And then she's knocks him out with a pipe. Like she's going to kill him and doesn't. And then I needed to protect Dr. Halsey. So Cortana's trying to explain what she did. And then I think, nope, we're going to be under attack first. So we have to be attacked. The elites show up, just started killing things. And it's like, again, I hate to be a nitpicker here, but I am a very big normie. And the show is so badly done for me. I don't know what's what and where they're shooting. I don't know why I'm supposed to be like, when they had this shot, I don't know who's on that or why we're all so upset. I can't keep track of the what's what on this show. They just, I don't, I know it's
That's their way off the planet. That's their ship, and they're way off the planet.
Well, there's the other ship though, right?
Which seems to
she
be, which seems to be like a small version,
Small
but that's
cruiser. Okay. I couldn't keep track of who is where and what is what. Like I really just couldn't do it. And here we go. Here's the shot you wanted to hear. Let's hear it. Creeper.
yeah.
It's fine. No. Now, mind you, folks.
My
you're seeing the
precious.
scene. My precious, yes, my precious. You might think
Spartans.
you might think that he becomes Master Chief now.
Oh yeah, I
might
actually
think
had
that.
hope. I had hope for this.
Like,
Within like the first minute, I was like, maybe we're gonna get a kick-ass action scene, some battle scenes. And
There were hints of it in there.
He's walking.
when I saw the grunts and the jackals, I was like, holy shit, they look good. They look good. And then the Spartans have their little we're
They
gonna
just
have
start driving and running. It took 4 of them to take down 19 elites. That was it.
Hang on. Did they explain how like the gun is sticking to his back?
Nope.
No, they don't.
Oh, and you notice when they're telling him what he's gonna do. I think it's like right after this, they're like, "Oh no, it's when Cortana, when they go into battle, and she right in the battle, and Cortana goes, switch to your secondary weapon, and he goes, I know how to play this game. Oh my God, so clever! You're so clever and smart by making a little joke about it being a game. Yay!
It's yeah, and this was really like it's like a lot of running and chasing with cool creatures and stuff that was done reasonably well. We vaporized that guy, which wasn't horrible, but it's like we have different things that show up. We don't really know the what's what. They zap this, they zap that. It's a lot of running around though, and then Doctor's just watching all this helplessly from her cockpit on whatever planet she's on, and they cut back and forth reasonably well with some of this stuff. And then we get, see if that was that it. No, this is her trying to say get the artifact back here, and he's like Roger, basically. And then let's see. Oh, okay.
Again, Strawberry.
Yeah, we gotta go back to Strawberry. Right. So there's lots of fights. Oh, Strawberry went out there to help, by the way. So that's what's going on there. So there's all this going on, and then Kai, which is the character's name, that's why you see that pop up. That's Strawberry Spartan in there. She's just taking hits because she feels. So if you remember the whole plot here, her character arc was she's hardcore Spartan. Then she takes out the butt plug after seeing John take out his. So now she can feel. She's overwhelmed with her feelings. She's questioning authority. She's dyed her hair. What did the guy call it? Oh, the grease. The grease is seeped into her brain. And she feels. And she's basically on like video game overload here. Like she just can't
You know,
handle all
this
this
is-
blood. She just can't
this
handle
is-
it.
This is really not putting women in a good light in
No.
combat.
Nope.
It's like,
No.
ooh. Did no one think about this? Like, seriously, they're showing that she's getting overwhelmed with emotions, and now she's like
She froze.
shutting down in combat, despite the fact
froze.
that even with her little butt plug in, she should have years and years of training in combat and have a lot of blood in her hands.
And it really is very easy to rewrite this to make this work. So all you would have had to do is that she's being an efficient fighter. There's blood. She's not being successful. People are dying around her. But then you have one that she is shot at, but maybe she thinks it's dead. And then as she moves, she hesitates, thinking it's dead, and then it kills someone right in front of her. And then you have the blood splatter on her thing. And then, of course, she's getting attacked. Maybe she couldn't see out her visor right away. It's real easy to modify these things and make it work. So it would at least have an effort towards what they're going for. I'm trying to give them benefits of the doubt, which they do not deserve, by the way. Anyway, so that's what happens. And then basically it's Master Chief just he's gonna do it from his point of view.
Iron Man.
Don't do this.
Iron Man.
Here we go. I'm gonna be Iron Man.
As soon as I saw that, I could not get that out of my head. They
I
want him
could
to
not
be
believe they
Iron
did.
Man. They
Yeah, I
want
could not
him to
believe
be
they did
Iron
that
Man.
shot.
They wanted to put Master Chief in that shot in the first Iron Man movie where he's got the arms spread out as the missiles are come flying in.
Okay, ready?
John!
Stay on mission.
I can't let her die.
Oh, it's so
Oh.
bad. It's so bad. And
That
this
looks like
is
trash.
one of the worst things in the entire show to date. Some of the CGI and some of the stuff they try to do, it's like Sci-Fi Channel. Like I it's kind of where we're at. This, I have no idea how this got through passable. This was really, really bad. I don't even know what to say. It's so bad. So, wow. So, what he ends up doing, I gotta hit the volume, so I want to make sure I at least try to talk over. He stays on top at first and just randomly shoots. And then somehow he's under it. They're shooting at it. They're doing this. They're doing that. And he basically like starts steering it, I think is what they're going for, right? So it looks like he's allegedly trying to pull it, I think is what they're going for.
They fly now.
Yeah. So we're all trying to, we're not sure what's happening out there. John is he's fine, of course. You would think he's Master Chief. I promise you folks, he is not Master Chief. He is just John in his suit. He's Iron Man. Here's all of our creature things. What'd you call them, man? Loki, what are these things?
Those are jackals, and they're the guy to the right of that jackal is a grunt.
Grunts are the little short ones.
Yeah, grunts are the little short ones that we or REEEE, and the
Over here.
jackals are the ones.
Yep.
That's a grunt, and then the one in the middle is a jackal. They have the shields.
Some of this
It's more
stuff's not bad. I actually didn't
dinosaur-
mind any of this stuff. The ship looked terrible. This didn't look too bad. I will say, like the CGI fire right here, things like that. That's pretty terrible. But some of these shots aren't too bad. But we have to have Iron Man shots. He's not Master Chief. Like I said, he's just Iron Man. Anytime you think he'll be Master Chief, they cut to his helmet.
We were talking a little bit earlier this week about all the bad tropes Iron Man gave us with sci-fi that you now keep seeing in these shows.
Mhm.
Like there's that you got to have a scene in these shows where we got to you got to have an actor like waving their hands and flailing in front of like a display. We'll just CGI in later. We've got to get the in HUD display of like this close to their eyes.
Yep.
It's all
Yeah,
these
you were talking
so-
about the plastic laptops.
It's all copied.
The clipboard. What's that?
It's all copied. It's all
Yeah.
copy and pasted from other movies, from other series. Even the characters are all copy and paste. This is Paramount now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This has been going on. We've been talking about this for like 6 years with Star Trek. This is what's going on with Star Trek. Is it's all copy and paste from other franchises. They have no idea how to come up with something original.
So yeah, we have this fight scene. He's throwing down in some decent action, which should be Master Chief action. But no. And then the artifact thing comes and just gets sucked up. Just gets sucked up. Didn't know it could do that, but it does. Then the Thanos wannabe guy. So this is her.
He's
I
looking
need a
for the
weapon.
He's
Go
looking
ahead.
for the Infinity rings. I mean, halos.
Not
I mean,
sure it'll help.
the artifact.
That's a brute. That's what the elites look more like in this is the brutes. That's not an elite, the guy you saw. That's what's called a brute. And
He leaves. We
Yeah.
get him. When you think there's going to be a fight. Nope. So the hero and title character of your show. Let's see. I thought I missed something here. This is the best. This is the best. From the point of view of Iron Man, he shoots at the sky. Shoots at the sky. Not a missile launcher. Not a cool weapon of some sort. Just shoots at the sky. Exasperation that he didn't hit it or do anything. And then you have all this nonsense happens. We cut to the Hot Pocket. And basically she repeats pretty much what she did in episode 2 where she fakes being a victim. So they're going to kind of make her look like something bad's happening to her or whatever so she can get sucked up by the humans. That's pretty much what happens there. She runs over and checks on Strawberry Spartan.
Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket's there on Earth, so he's going to fall for the same trick that they did in episode 2 when the spaghetti things came out. So what his solution is, he takes his helmet off. All right, well, there's that. And that is how it ends.
Admittedly, that last shot of him there was, I would say, probably one of the best looking shots of him in the armor.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're going to remove the helmet,
like,
yeah. I mean, there are a couple shots where he does, he looks this armor wearing super soldier, but
right. I mean, it's the shot where it's looking up at him. He's kind of looking up and away. It's a good heroic pose.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right before there. It's right here.
It's like, all right. So the question is gonna be, how are they going to treat her? Because this is not suspicious at all that this ship of the Covenant just pooped out a human.
Yeah. Why would they throw her off?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Halo. But you know what, folks? It's okay. It's okay. We're here to make sure you understand what's important to show. Loki, you said you had children, right?
Oh yeah.
This is really like the bad behavior of like 2 to 3 year old. This isn't even like a kid that ends up in kindergarten. Like
But
it's just insane. She's kicking her feet and stuff.
You'll catch that with teenagers today, though. I'm not shitting you. You will.
Or Twitter
I
employees.
had an ex that had 4 girls, and there were there were meltdowns and freakouts and so.
Well, if anything about episode 5, I'll say this. It gave us those best moments. We had that and Strawberry Spartan, and that was the best. Those 2 things for me, I'm like, if we're just going to ditch the whole Halo label and have generic sci-fi show and all of that, we had 1 or 2 action sequences that we thought we would actually like, not Dave Chappelle, but he's kind of been forgotten again. He's like completely been cast off again from the main story plot. It's presumed he'll just show up at an inopportune time that may be helpful to John. John's officially been deconstructed, so he's definitely not Master Chief like at all. He's basically an Iron Man knockoff at this point. So, I don't know, Ironcaster has some other thoughts.
We're halfway through the series.
Is it 9 episodes? I think
I think so, and this was 5.
5. Yeah,
Yep.
We're rounding the corner, gentlemen. We're rounding the corner.
As for thoughts on the show, I think that our not Dave Chappelle is probably is one of the better parts of it. I really like his character, and also I find that I still don't know half the actual characters' names. I remember our nicknames for them because those feel more creative than any of the original characters they're putting in.
I assume Sunrise's real name is Keys because she's an offspring of Keys, but I don't know that that's really even been used before. That's how badly written it is. So, I don't know. What do you think, Loki?
I think that they shit the bed like Amber Turd. This entire show has been CBS Paramount shitting the bed, and in worship, maybe they put it up as a sacrifice to Turd, to try and get her attention, get a little attention for Paramount from Turd. I don't know. I do not know what we have been watching. I know it's not Halo. It's Halo in name and image, but it is not Halo. All the soul that made Halo what it is, all the story that made Halo what it is, all the character that made Halo what it is gone. It's been gutted out. So you've got this shell and these people that you might know by name, but you don't really know who they are because they aren't the people that you knew and loved and cared about. There's something else. They've been rewritten into something else. If this is what we have to look forward to with shows like this, with Star Trek, with Lord of the Rings, it's going to be a while, boys, before we get out of this shit and get something we can really sink our teeth in and enjoy. Because there's going to be huge shakeups. Paramount's going to go down for shit like this. They might not think so now because the Nielsen ratings are gone and they don't have to worry about that. But nobody wants this shit. Nobody's subscribing to their streaming service. This isn't getting people in the seats. This is losing them subscribers.
All right.
Well, they did themselves.
This is our Halo analysis. I have one more thing to share with you guys before we cut away, because I don't know. Loki, you probably will not be able to afford a swear jar when I read you this story. You're not going to believe the insanity of this. And Ryan did remind us that we call it Hollow. Yes, it is Hollow. It's definitely an appropriate name, Ryan. I see you in the chat.
I was going to say Hino, Halo in name only.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So, what if I were to tell you, Loki? Imagine a new movie that's been announced. You may have already seen this. I have to give total credit to Salty Texas Sea because they did a thumbnail and I listened to a little bit, then I had to click away so I could experience it for myself. That's what I like to do. Imagine the Scissoring Hens and cheerleading and Fight Club and American Pie. Are you ready? Scissoring Hens, Fight Club, cheerleaders, American Pie. The plot of this movie involves two unpopular queer high school senior girls who start a fight club with the goal of having sex with a cheerleader before they graduate. Io Edebiri from Dickinson and Netflix's Big Mouth have been cast in the lead alongside Rachel Sennott, Call Your Mother, who is co-writing the script with, I don't know who this person is. It must be earlier in the story. I copied and pasted this part of the synopsis. Anyway, blah, 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 we don't care. It's not clear which role Marshawn Lynch, who is a NFL football player known as Beast Mode, is going to be playing because he has been added. It's going to be made by MGM's Orion Pictures. Remember Orion? Orion Pictures?
I always called it Orion.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call it Orion. Okay. Sorry, my copy and paste might not have been particularly great. Orion, it's going to be produced by Elizabeth Banks. Now, if you didn't know, Orion is back. MGM bought Orion, and they did that with the purpose of, quote, it's being relaunched by MGM, the intent focus on features from underrepresented communities and authentic storytelling in film that amplifies underserved voices both on and off screen. So let's review. The plot: two unpopular queer high school senior girls who start a fight club to have sex with cheerleaders. What the F?
What?
What in the holy love of God? I know. I had to I kid you not. I don't say. This is literally a synopsis for this movie. Hollywood Reporter has it. It's not like it's some weird. I know a lot of the YouTube circles that we're in focus on just genre films. This is the kind of thing that will be popping up, and we're like, where did this come from? How do I trust me? MGM, now owned by who? Loki. Who owns MGM?
Amazon.
Amazon. So Amazon through MGM using Orion as their mouthpiece to pump up POC and underrepresented. Let's go back to the synopsis. Underrepresented. Oh, God, my screens. Queer high school senior girls who start a fight club with the goal of to have sex with a cheerleader before they graduate. So we have Scissoring Hens, Fight Club, cheerleading, and American Pie. You get the new film called, are you ready? Bottoms. Bottoms.
Bottom feeders.
Oh, just
I was out as soon as I heard Big Mouth.
yeah, I know. Well, I thought of that too when I read the credits that they try to tout as though that's like a positive thing.
Yeah, at this point,
Yeah.
that's like telling me
Yeah.
something from a producer from a Disney film. Or QE.
Well, it's kind of where I was going with it. It's Amazon. Ryan's like, no, not college lesbians infesting the cinema screen. No, high school queer, full of woke bull crap and lesbian orgies. So, yeah, they're not college. This is American Pie. So it's high school trying to get laid with cheerleaders. Yeah, there's your cast. There's your well-presented cast there. Yeah. This is the insanity that's coming to a theater at some point or another. I had to share Bottoms. But I thought of you as Scissoring Hens. Written by Scissoring Hens for Scissoring Hens.
That's right.
All right, so let's go back to chat and see. Jace is here. Jace, Halo probably. This show gets worse and worse, and it's fun how much they can fall every episode. Well, sure. But Jace, you have to admit, there were some high moments. There were moments that will live on.
What a fit. God, what a fit. When Pops messaged me and was like, we gotta get a clip of her losing her shit, he didn't even have to tell me what part.
You knew
I
exactly what I was
immediately
talking
knew
about.
what he was talking about. And I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna make this funny. We'll throw in a little music, a little sad. And all I did was sad music and pick the first one that came up, and I was like, oh, this is perfect.
There you go. Oh my gosh.
God.
Dave Reardon chimes in and says, hey, Dave, I am amused that she was able to remember all of her lines for that scene. Yes. Thumbs up for that, Dave. Yes.
I think I know what they had to tell her to get her in the mood to film that. Trump got reinstated on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That's all they
Yes.
had to say.
Yes. Oh, wait, we need her to kick her feet. Alex Jones, too. Alex Jones too.
Alex Jones too.
All right, so people are talking about bottoms. Jace is like, what the fark? And then this is stupid as fark in the farking fark. Trying to adhere to my no cursing rule. I appreciate the Norwegian effort there, my friend. Because I can't get my head around that. And again, talking about bottoms. The first rule of Fight Club was you do not talk about Fight Club. So how would that equate to picking up queer cheerleaders? I don't know, man. Listen, I'm the messenger of the quality of work that is coming out of Amazon through MGM through Orion. It's like a proxy movie. And then it is woke farking idiots get their way. Well, listen, their movie. I'll be there to fraud and show the heck out of it too, man. That's so ridiculously absurd. I don't know that I won't pay, so they won't let me have a screener of that nonsense. I assure you that. Awesome one popped in. He says, "What? This show is about hardened soldiers." Ah, wrong show, my friend. That is long, long gone.
You see, this is a show made in 2022.
Yes, they probably cut off her soy coffee and crumpets at snack table. Maybe. Hashtag blame Bezos for bottoms. Maybe. And bottom, sex with male or female cheerleaders. Well, it is implied female because they were queer. Let me just double check if it says female, because it may actually say that. They may have actually misgendered. No, it doesn't say. It just says cheerleader. Again, for those of you who missed it, bottoms. The plot is two unpopular queer high school senior girls who start a fight club with the goal to have sex with a cheerleader before they graduate.
Did you ever see that?
Tuesday
Did
night,
you ever see that
Pops.
Vice article about the all-women fight club?
I remember there being an all-women fight club article. I can't credit Vice, but if you say it was Vice, I'll take your word on it. I don't know that I can find it right this second, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
They covered themselves in makeup and made themselves look as unsightly as possible, and just basically had gay fight club.
Yeah, we're going to have to, we're going to have to just talk offline and figure out how to get the right kind of caricatures going for our Scissoring Hens line of merchandise. Because I think we're pretty well golden with this concept. It's not going to die anytime soon.
Mm-mm.
You can get your Scissoring Hen shirt. You can get your Scissoring Hens. And the best part, I think it really doesn't even have to say anything. I think it's just having chickens, angry chickens with scissors. It just speaks to who we think you are, especially if they had like little tufts of hair. Because some of our chickens, for those of you who don't know, I have like close to like 40 chickens. Some of them will have like tufts of feathers, and so having them different colors, like a purple one, one that's we could have strawberry, a tribute to Strawberry Spartan, and have one that has like red feathers coming off the sides.
Ooh.
See, it's getting scissoring hens.
Scissoring hands.
This is a Vice video in defense of Fight Club. The Queer Femme Fight Club. Yeah, wait, 2018. I may have found the article for you. So there really was a Queer Femme Fight Club. So basically what we're admitting to here, through Ironcaster's help, for those of you that are needing to know. And before we get to it, let's make sure we get covered everything here. So if you want to know, let's see. Saw the Northman today. Okay, well, we're not going to talk about Northman. I should have read that better. Sorry. And the way they define queer, Awesome One wants to know. It just means strange or different. I believe the word used to mean weird. Well, yeah, it used to be. And Jason being one of the most bad movies of 2022. We'll see. All right. So this is basically proving that it's really not this much of a stretch as we're making it out to be. Gentlemen, it may just be more of like a documentary. Because there really is, or was, the Queer Femme. Oh, geez. What is Vice? It doesn't scroll. Hold on. Let's see.
Vice is being Vice.
I don't know how to get rid of all that. The Queer Femme Fight Club channeling rage through wrestling. This is a 2018 Vice article. Whoa, that's why we have to get a picture of that. Look at those scissoring hens, Loki. I don't need to see all that. That's not bad for my eyes.
No.
They made a documentary about it.
The inspiration behind Bottoms came from Vice, is what I heard Ironcaster say, and I believe him now.
No.
Yeah.
By the way,
No
this
more.
is this
No
was founded.
more.
It's called Feral, a feminist fight club that combines protest, performance, and noise punk to ear-splitting, rib-cracking effect. It was founded by a London-based artist and PhD researcher. Yes, sure, of course it was. Of course it was. Yeah, there you go, folks. It's more documentarian than we thought it was. That's all. That's all. It's like a docu-comedy. Is there such a thing as a docu-comedy?
I'm sorry to tell you that
And there's
this is real.
docudramas. Yeah, it was more real than I wanted to know. Austin was just getting carried away with, okay, yep. And Ryan says, I've not seen this before. It is awful. No, it's real life, man. It's real life. And you know what we had to say to that? You just got to find a way to take a pause and look at the world that's full of a lot of girls. Get old for me. It doesn't get old for me.
Never gonna get old.
And I gotta be honest, I'm ready to find the clip and then just try different music, and see what else we can get to work with it, because it just seems like it's the clip that could just keep on living, I think. Well, gentlemen, that's about all I have. Let's talk about stuff that's going on with you guys. Ironcaster, you talked about getting together sometime, doing some stuff. We'll get that locked down when we get closer. So what's some stuff going on with you, man?
Well, in the meantime, I've got coming up on Friday, I have the Friday Night Comic Shop talk over with Nick Weiser, where we're getting the last issue this week of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin.
Yes, time to read it now.
And
I got them all. Yes.
Oh, have you been reading, or are you waiting to?
Nope. Gotta wait for the whole thing, man. Gotta do the whole thing. I know how good it is, and I have to admit, as the collector who loves covers, many a times I have looked at some pretty sweet versions of this. So I'm like, ooh, now I'm gonna get the whole story. I know some of the story because obviously there've been enough people who've talked about it. So can't wait. So,
well, I mean, 4 issues in, it's been a delight, but it's been like, what, 3 or 4 months since it came out. So the last issue came out. So I'm like, I think it's time to go reread the entire series just to catch up.
Awesome. All right. Well, you and Nick are doing that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And of course, T-shirt show is on Saturdays. You're usually a participant in there as well. That's This Week in Geek.
Yep.
And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Loki himself. Every morning, let's see, 8 Central Time, 9 Eastern. Is that right?
8 Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday.
I'll get this
We're
time
here
zone
doing
crap
Mornings
eventually.
of Mischief. Kicking ass on Mornings of Mischief. We're going to ICC Con in Nashville this weekend. Gonna have one hell of a time hanging out with Echo Base, hanging out with a lot of people. A lot of people coming to hang out at ICC Con. So I can't wait to meet all of you. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. I'll be the guy with the really cool Amazon-looking chick on my arm. You'll probably hear me, but just follow the voice. You'll hear me. Follow the voice. Follow the voice.
As long as you are not in a room full of a whole bunch of Tommy Chong people, we can talk.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in there, you can just blend right in.
Hey, man. It's totally cool, man. What's that? Oh, man.
Most of the crazy is just being because we've never seen it before. Yeah.
Hey, man. It's like your opinion, man.
Every now and again, Loki goes into like Tommy Chong mode. It really just always makes me laugh. It really is. But you know what? I appreciate that clip, my friend, and I hope you use it on your show. And we need to spread that clip around because that is gold.
Oh, I want to see that used in the opening for Friday Night Tights.
That'd be the best, wouldn't it? To get it over to Perry, just the best. Plus, we got to get the image trim there for Strawberry Spartan too, because she needs to be part of
Loki,
our love of episode 5.
I'll have to send you my email, Loki. Could you mail that to me?
Yeah. If you're on Twitter, I can send it to you on Twitter too. I've got all that's on my Google Drive. So
okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Then just send me that link and I'll.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, folks, I think we can wrap up just a couple minutes early. I'm going to be taking a quick break and head over to VacTube tonight. Got a great great night tomorrow night. I'll be doing a What's Your Story from my other channel, which I'll be doing a What's Your Story with Arwen Avalon, the lovely lady herself. But we do promise to do a little pop segment. We're going to do 20 questions with Arwen. So that'll be fun. And then I don't know what I got Thursday. I got a couple things on Thursday too. So yeah, it's busy for the old pops. Keep my legs moving. Appreciate all the love. You guys have been great. Subs have been great. Hours are great. It's just it's all going well, and I appreciate it so much. And gentlemen, from the love, just really do appreciate it. Oh, it's really been so good to do this. I know it's been kind of like the fraud and show. And I kind of joked, well, we can keep it going. We'll have to find something more positive. Maybe we could find something, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what you guys think.
Who knows?
Yeah. All right,
I've got a
folks.
couple ideas.
Links, subs, all the stuff's down there. Engage, connect with us. We love you, and thanks for watching.